Hello and welcome. Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at my rendition of the Razorleaf. So, if you have played at all, you might be familiar with the Razorleaf, which is the ship that the Mantis flew and is the terror of spacers and pirates and all sorts of scum. Now, when I got the Razorleaf, I kind of set it aside for a little bit um, as I was fiddling around with things. And then I decided to go ahead and focus on it being a beast of a combat ship. After joining the Vanguard, that meant going ahead and sticking the Vanguard obliterators on and the Vanguard Hellfire autocannons as well. And then from there, my only other real requirements were I wanted a ship that was still using Class A engines, but I did need to have it be at least a Class B ship, um, just for the autocannons. Now, this does not look at all like the original Razorleaf. I iterated on it a few different times to make it something that was basically my own personal ship. So if I'm not building ships for giggles and just to experiment around, but I'm actually going out and I'm playing the game, God forbid, this is the ship that I run with. So let's go ahead, take a tour, and see what it looks like. So I did decide to go ahead and make this a cruiser. This means that I have a cargo hold in it. I have an armory, though I was actually using the armory until it decided to mysteriously vanish all my weapons that I was storing in it. Yeah, that was a fun glitch. Um, Instead of the infirmary, I have a workshop. However, if I was, selling it as a cruiser, I would of course swap that workshop out for my infirmary. Alright, so you can see that immediately on entering, we have the Nova Galactic Armory, and you can see I have the Mantis armor right over here. I also had some other, it was my, what's it called? Starborn armor in this case, and then it mysteriously disappeared. So, yeah, I'm not overly happy with the whole storing weapons on my ship thing. Anyways, I also have my docker right here. So this is the only entrance and exit for the ship. Coming back here, if I was building this as a cruiser, this is where my infirmary would be. But because this is kind of my own personal ship, I turned that into a workshop instead. So basically anything except for pharmaceutical I can do, and if I really wanted pharmaceutical, well, let's see, I need to pick up some benzene and then I can do it. Just stick that right there. Alright, then coming up here, I'm actually going to skip the second level and go straight to the third. And we have my captain's quarters. So I don't even really have to go through any doors if I want to get to my bed. On the second level, though, I have a 2x2 Stroud cargo hold. And this is just kind of for role-playing purposes, because the cargo holds actually provide nothing special, but you could very easily make this be basically any other hab that you wanted. I do have a nice little window here that is looking down and out my three um, obliterators. Then, coming on over to this side, I have mentioned before that this is my favorite hab, the Nova Galactic 3x2 mess hall. So we've got a bathroom, we've got a bench here for up to 8 people to eat at. Here's my cooking station and a galley. Storage for all my goods, relaxation areas, and then over here I have a ladder going down. And this ladder leads me down into a tile all-in-one. So that's another 4 beds for any crew that I happen to bring, though I don't normally run with crew. Coming on over to the other side, right over here, I shoved on a Deimos computer core. Now, if I was trying to max out my crew capacity, this should probably be something like a control station, but I hadn't been using the Deimos computer cores much, and I just wanted to stick one on. Then, right over here, I can open this door, and I get a Stroud 2x1 all-in-one for another 4 beds. Then, forward of this, I have my Kontiki bridge. And that is my Razorleaf. So, let me go ahead and show you how the ship is built. And then I will show you how well she performs in combat. Alright, so I am making use of the ship flip glitch here. And what I'm going to do is, rather than deleting this ship, I'm going to go ahead and build it off to the side. And then I'm going to keep the original in the hopes that I don't lose more of my weapons from my armory. So, let's go ahead and get started. Step 1, I'm going to shove this off to the side. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab that Stability Pro landing bay. So I've got that facing towards the left. And then I'm sticking on my armory. You can stick on whatever armor you want. I chose the Nova Galactic because I wanted to have the stands for wearing my suits, but as we discovered, maybe I should just go with something else or give up on armories entirely. On the underneath here, might as well just get to that right away. Toss on the Slim Docker. And then on the back of this, on my ship, I am using the Stroud 2x1 workshop, but as I said, if I was going ahead and saying this was a cruiser, this would be the infirmary instead. But again, to show you exactly as the tour, this was the workshop. Next, on top of this, I have the Stroud 2x2 cargo hull. And then on top of this, I have the Tayo Top B Captain's Quarters. See that right here. Then, off this side here, I have that Nova Galactic Mess Hall. Only one possible connection point. And then on this underside, I have the Tayo Bottom B all-in-one. Sorry, Bottom A. Then, over here, off the back of the cargo hull, I have a Stroud 2x1 all-in-one. We can see that I chose the A there as well. And then, as mentioned, Right over here, I chose to have the Dynamo's cargo hall, or not cargo hall, computer core. But if you want to max out your crew capacity, turn this into whatever your favorite control station hab is. Then, right in front of it, I'm going to go ahead and grab my cockpit, which is just whatever the best Viking cockpit you have is. And there you have it. That is all the habitable portions on the ship. Now, let's go ahead and look at the landing gear. So for the ship, I'm using the AccuLander 11s. And you can see I've got 4 down this side and 3 down this side. And for all of them, I'm choosing the variation that has the connection points on both sides. Just like so. Alright, next up, while we are back here, on the side of this, I do have a piece of cargo. This is going to be the Galleon S202. Rotate it upwards like that. Alright, for the next bit of fun, in here I have this fuel tank. Now, this fuel tank is a fun fuel tank to play with because, well, just look at it. However, it is a pain to merge in with your ship. So what we have to do is I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this up for a moment. And then I'm going to come on over here and find my fuel tanks and grab that 800T. Alright, and now that that's been placed there, I'm going to now move the workshop. And then I'm going to go ahead and come down. Actually, let's go ahead and start. So I need to mess around with a bunch of structural pieces, basically is what's going on here. So let's go ahead and start with my Stroud cowling 3 longs. Place that on each side. Next, right here, I'm going to go ahead and grab the Stroud cap C. This is the aft. And then I am also going to go ahead and grab a Stroud mid bracer. Now that I've grabbed both of these, I need to duplicate them upwards. Oh, come on. All right. And now that I've got that, I can pull this off, select them both again, and duplicate them upwards. Alrighty. So now that I've got all of that in place, I need to come back now and delete these two. And then I'm going to move this mid bracer on over and duplicate it upwards. Yay, I did it. Now I can now move this Stroud cowling back into place, delete 2 of these workshops, and then place the workshop back right there. So basically I now have 4 little 1x1 spaces here that are dead space because of this HE3 tank. Now realistically, these bottom 2 I could go ahead and leave empty because you cannot see in here, and that would save me about 10 mass. I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear you when you said that, though, and continue just filling up my ship, because, you know, it totally makes sense. Moving on, underneath this aft cap here, and one of the things I will note is that if you wanted to, rather than having the aft cap here, you could go ahead and, instead duplicate the mid bracer on up. And then instead of sticking in this Class B mag inertial, you could stick in a Class C, say, SF40. But again, I wanted to go ahead and make this a Class B ship, not a Class C one. Not that it'd make a huge difference. Then I've got the Aurora 12G grav drive, which I'm going to go ahead and place right here. Basically, you needed 30 grav jump thrust for this ship. Alrighty. So now that we've got that in place, let's start adding our engines. So I have 6 SA 4330s. Basically, take place the first one, duplicate and change the variant, duplicate and change the variant, duplicate and change the variant, and repeat, and repeat. There we go. 6 engines. Then, right over here, since I'm still working on the back, we might just go, well, come on over to the structural. And now we're going to grab an entire nose cap. And coming to look at it on this side, you can see that right here I have a Nova cowling. Flip to face the ship. And then you can see along this bottom, I am using the DeGamma 1010 shielded cargo hold. Because, might as well, right? Just like so. If you don't want the shielded cargo, which I was using the 1010, this is 52 mass for the non-shielded and 56 mass for the shielded. So, you can gain 55 extra cargo for each one of these. So basically, you can gain about 165 more cargo if you go with unshielded. However, after hitting a few too many POIs with, some harvested organs or some mech components, sometimes you don't want to worry about it when you come home. Speaking of which, hidden nice and quietly right up here, I do have a scan jammer multi-frequency. This is just located right over here. And you can pick this up if you don't have all the ship parts unlocked at your outpost at, say, the Red Mile. Or if you joined the Crimson Fleet, as the Mantis, of course, you can pick it up there. Alrighty. So, let's go ahead now and come on over to the front of this ship. So, you can see I do have a pair of these Stroud cowlings up here. Let's go ahead and place those. And then, while I'm talking about hiding things, let me go ahead and pull this off to the side again and grab that 28T Defender Shield Generator. Now, in this little gap, you might be going, okay, what's there? Well, I've got a Galleon S204 cargo hold. So let's go ahead and slide that in place. And that is going to then be hidden behind the myriad of structural elements that I slip in here. And I do actually use one pinpoint 3G landing gear here, more just to kind of fill the space out than because I need more landing thrust. And let's come on down and grab ourselves a Tayo nose cap. And we could just flip that into place, and then flip the Nova cowling into place. Then, right over here, we've got the front of the ship, and we are going to go ahead and start ourselves off with the Stroud Cap A's. Arranged like so. And then, in between each of the sides, we're going to go ahead and grab the Stroud nose cap C's. You could use the D's to have a weapon mount there, but as you can see, I was not lacking in weapon slots. Then right here, I'm going to go ahead and get the nose cap B facing on the bottom variant. And then right in here, I'm going to go ahead and grab that porthole, grab an equipment plate, and then on each side here, I'm going to grab a Tayo side cap B. This does have a weapon mount on it. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the nose cap B on top. Finally, right over here, I'm going to go ahead and grab myself the Hope Tech caps. And then I can just copy them on over here. And you can see that is the ship. So looking at this, you can see I have those exterminators located right in here. I have all of my Vanguard Hellfire autocannons located on this side here. Looks like I missed a single Horizon weapon mount. There we go. And then on this side over here, you can see I have my Vanguard Obliterators. And that is all that I'm running. Now, as mentioned, I am not actually going to delete this one because I don't want to lose even more weapons from my armory. I missed that 1-inch punch. Anyways, so rather than going ahead and moving all the weapons on over and showing that all off, I'm going to select this all and delete it. And here you can see the stats. So the big things that are different from most of my usual cruisers is that my max crew is less, which I don't care about because I don't tend to run with crew. But as mentioned, we just swap this out for control station and we're fine. We don't have the infirmary, and instead we have the workshop, but that's just swapping a single hab around. On this ship, we do have 9 beds available between the captain's quarters, the all-in-one, and the all-in-one, which is sufficient, though a little on the low side. We have over 500 fuel, and we have over 2,000 cargo. And finally, as mentioned, with the Class A engines, we are maintaining that 150 top speed while still maintaining the 82 mobility. So overall, I find this to be a fun fighting machine. Cancel any modifications. And let's just double check that I didn't lose my Mantis armor. Yes, still there. Perfect. So let's go ahead, hop on over here. And show you how she performs. Alrighty. So, one of the things that I've been holding off on for a little while is I can pop on over here to Sol, and we have the Ecliptic Battleship, Camulus. Let's go show you how it performs. Alrighty. So, as mentioned, I am on extreme difficulty. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and boost away. Let my shields recharge. Prevent his shields from recharging some. Aw, couldn't quite manage it. Let's give it one more shot. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and try to keep our distance a little bit more. And apparently if you just fly at an angle to him, he can't hit you. Alright. Need to get a little bit closer. Alright. Blew through his Alrighty, let's go ahead and get closer. Alright, time to dive back in. Alright, second time's the charm. And there we go. So I think that is an excellent demonstration of what you can accomplish with the Razorleaf here. But just to give it a more usual comparison, I will also go ahead and take it on out to Serpentis. You know, because saving the best for last is clearly not the right way to do it. That's not Serpentis. This is Serpentis. And as you can see, more than enough firepower to blow through a single opponent. Looks like we've got 3 targets here. Alright, a Prophecy 3, which we will save for later. And there we go. And again, I would like to note this is not a modded game. I am playing on extreme difficulty, and this is on New Game Plus 2. And they're still falling over so fast. Alright, check out this one more hostile activity, and then I will call it a wrap. Looks like we've got 3 targets here. Alright, that's 1 down, and then a hem. And there we have it. Didn't even feel like a challenge. So, if you watched all the way to the end, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. And otherwise, I will see you in the next one.